Hey CompMC community, welcome back to our tutorial series channel. I'm Devin, and I'm going to be teaching you guys a quick tutorial on how to play the 5 capture point game mode for our upcoming Conquest tournament and for any future tournaments or game modes that you play in our CompMC network. So 5 capture point is a game mode that's main objective is to capture all 5 points to win the game. Now as you can see on my screen right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on the map. This map is called 5T. Now do note that all maps do look a little bit different than each other. Some have more aesthetics, some are a little bit more like kind of like just design based like this one. So just note that the points on each map will be in different locations, but this one's a pretty straightforward map. And that's kind of how this one goes. So for 5CP, each team is going to start off with 2 capture points. So if you look at the right side of the scoreboard, you can see it says red last, red second, blue second, blue last. That means that your team already starts off with 2 of their points captured. So when you spawn into the game, I'm going to do /join/start really quick, /start1, and I'm going to respawn, and I'm going to come here. Now, the cool thing about 5CP is notice how I just teleported. Depending on what point you have on your team, you will teleport closer. So since my team already has last and second, I'm going to teleport a little bit closer to the midpoint to try to capture it. And so I'm just going to run this way now. And if I capture the middle point, which is the main objective of the game, to try to take over all 5 points, I'm going to spawn a little bit closer to the middle island. So really quickly, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to capture, and as you can see, the scoreboard is going up. And my team, which is blue, has just captured middle. What this gives us is this gives us game advantage. The other team now has to fight for mid, and we're going to try to fight for the second point. But really quickly, I'm going to show you what happens now that my team has second. So I'm going to quickly fall out of the world. I'm going to get that respawn. So I'm respawning. There's a respawn time that's pretty hefty. So I'm going to wait for that to go out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to fall down. And I'm going to respawn. Notice I respawned closer to middle. Middle's right there. I respawned like way back there last time to help my team control mid a little bit longer. So I'm going to come down here, and now I have middle. When your team has middle, the next thing is obviously getting their red second, right? So when you push up to red second, which is up here, you've got to get onto the red second point to capture. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly jump onto here. I'm going to hop. I'm going to capture. And as you can see, the scoreboard is going up again. And I am now capturing red second point. Now, at this point in the game, you probably have significant control. So what you want to do now is push with your team to their last point. If you happen to capture the last point, you win the game. These matches usually go for about 12 minutes long. If you haven't captured all 5 points by this time, then it's whoever has the more points captured. So if my team has middle, that's more points than the other team, so I will win. If my team has second and middle, that means we also have more points, so we will win. So, if you can't capture all 5 points, which is sometimes it is hard to do, you just have to do that. So I'm going to quickly go over to last really quick. Actually, I'm going to fall out of the void really quick again, just so I can show you guys where I would respawn then, because you would respawn closer. So I'm going to get that respawn timer going through. And I'm going to respawn down here now. And I do have a little bit more water. And I run forward, and now I'm all the way past mid. So I'm up here, and I'm already really close to the second point for we can try to get last. So it's kind of a trade-off. You get closer to your point that you have captured, but there's a little bit longer respawn timer, so you don't have to run all the way across the map. Now do note, if red team kills us all, they can take this point back. They could capture this point back and also take middle. So it's kind of just like a bigger King of the Hill game mode where you have to control multiple points at the same time. So I'm going to really quickly run to last really quick and capture last. And going to try to win the game, basically. Going to go like this. Going to go up here. And I am going to hop on this point. And I am now capturing it. And I will win the game. So I'm going to quickly do that. So I just won the game because I captured all 5 points. As you can see, I am blue team. All 5 points are now dominated by blue, which means we win. Now, it could have happened for red too. Red could capture all points, but that's about how that goes. So the scoreboard is basically pretty much self-explanatory on the right side. Tells you what points you've had captured. And now, really quickly, another good tip. If my team pushes this point, which is the enemy's second, but the enemy team gets mid first, we cannot capture this point unless we have this point. So if we forget to capture mid and we go straight to second, you can't capture this one without this one. It's a chain. If the enemy team has your second, which is this one right here, you cannot capture any other point. You have to go in order. So you have to capture this point, the middle, the red second, and the red last. And as far as for red team got to get their last, their second, their middle, their enemy team's second, and the enemy team's last. So it's kind of a chain reaction of points to capture to win the game. Obviously, there's much more strategies, which we can go deeper into another video. But this is the basic understanding of how the 5CP game mode works. And I'm going to really quickly just go on to another map and just show you what the difference could be. Cycle 1. Oh, let me go cycle there. And show you guys After Hours just really quickly just to kind of see how this map goes. So here's After Hours, a very aesthetically pleasing map. Offers a lot of new strategy. So this is going to be the last point right here. This is going to be the second point right here. The middle point is going to be right here. The other second is over here. And the other last is right there. So in recap again, if red team captures middle, they then have to capture the second right there. And then they have to capture the last right there. And you cannot capture that point in front of the other unless you have full control of that point. Thank you guys for tuning into this tutorial video. I'm Devin, and I hope to see you guys competing in the new tournament. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching this episode of our Capture the Wool tutorial series. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay connected with CompMC.